with how low of a wage I'm on, after my rent is gone, I've only got like a couple £100 left, and
Hey guys, and welcome back to Gamer's Bucket.
we're here for space trucking. I almost forgot I almost forgot what we were doing there.
It's in front of your face, Dan. How can you forget that?
I almost did a you, Dan. It's your job. You
It is
always
my
forget
job.
what we're doing.
Yeah. Lately, I'm forgetting to forget what we're doing.
You're forgetting to forget me, yeah?
Yeah.
He's forgetting to forget what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen.
So anyway, we're doing some more podcasty trade runs. So join us for that, and let's get into this shit. No. So anyway, you're selling your medical diagnostic equipment to that station.
Yeah.
And you want to buy land enrichment systems, which is also under technology.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Okay.
And then just launch, come outside, target my target.
Yeah, like, if people use ad blocker when they watch our videos, for example, not that we have like loads of people that watch our videos at the minute, but that's also blocking any sort of revenue that we could get from it, which would allow us to
Make
spend a lot
content, spend more time editing the videos.
Yeah. Because like at the minute, I've got to go to my low-paid job, and when I target your target, it's just targeting this one again, dude.
All right, hang on. Try again.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm in this just for getting money.
Well, it's kind of, to be honest, for me, it's sort of a platform for like playing more games, because I love games, and obviously I want to go and be a games designer anyway. That's what I'm doing at university at the moment. So like, I just don't get enough gaming, if you get what I mean. I tend to stick to one game, and then forget about all the rest, and then I kind of get burnt out of it, and then I'll move to a different game. Whereas it's nice to kind of have a schedule where you go, right, okay, we're going to play this on this day, whatever, this week, or we're going to play this week.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is very.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, it is very good for getting your variety up and getting more games played and like experience all the different things out there, isn't there? Gaming wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, although we don't really have a brilliant schedule at the minute, not for recording at least anyway.
Yeah, it is quite tight at the moment, because obviously I'm going back to uni next week, which means that we only have 1 day a week to record videos. We're still putting out content daily for you guys. We've been like racking our brains and like recording like mad and smoking profusely to make a content daily. So we have kind of a buffer in place now, so that we can record once a week. Obviously 1 day of full recording and 1 day of editing, and then the other 5 days of the week are concentrating on my uni work, and the other 5 days of the week for Damo are going to his low paid job.
Yeah. I have to balance that and seeing my girlfriend at the weekend and seeing my children. Are we jumping to LP34161, by the way?
Yeah, that's where I am now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but like, there's a lot of balancing I have to do, which usually means I have to do most of my game playing or recording at night, usually, because of my stupid hours that I have to work at work. And then usually when I get in, it's like I've got to have some food. If I've got any, which has been a little bit of a struggle recently. And then I talk to my girlfriend usually, because we only see each other 1 day a week. Just because of how far we live from each other at the minute, and
Yeah, it's difficult. Long term.
Yeah, it's
not long term. Like, what's the long distance relationships?
Long distance.
Very, very.
Yeah, I mean,
do, isn't it?
It's not really like it's very long distance. I mean, it's only like 20 minutes drive, but
you don't drive.
Considering considering she's the only one out of us that drives, because there's no way in hell I've been disconnected. There's no way in hell that I'd actually be able to afford to drive. Like, I don't even know ever at the minute. I think my game is just completely crashed as well, because it's just completely black. Yeah,
you're gonna have to close and reopen the game.
Yes, more than likely.
And then head to Davy Gateway.
But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, considering like I don't think I'm actually going to be able to afford to drive any fucking time soon. She's the only one doing the driving at the minute, which is also like part of the fact that while we can only see each other one day a week, because it's costing her a lot of petrol. I mean, I'm trying to contribute as much as I can to that when I can. With how tight things have been money-wise at the minute, that's not really been a lot recently, because I mean, I haven't really even had a lot of money to be able to buy food. I mean, for the last 2 weeks, before I got paid this Friday gone, I had no food. Unless I came over to yours that night and we had the curry and stuff, and the barbecue. I've literally had no food for this month, for the last 2 weeks of it, which has been really shit, because I've had to pay for this and pay for that, and I mean, with how low of a wage I'm on, after my rent is gone, I've only got like a couple £100 left, and I mean, I've got the balance. No, I mean, I've got to then pay the bills that I kind of need to pay, and I've got to pay for my children. I mean, my ex wanted £50 from me this time because of the kids getting back to school, so they kind of need a new uniform that fit them and stuff. And I mean, as little money as I have, I don't really want to shirk on those kind of responsibilities. I want my children to have their uniform, to be able to go to school and be all nicely dressed and stuff. So I mean, £50 is a big chunk to go straight away. That leaves me with like say £150 left, and then my phone bill. I mean, the contract that I took, better pay. I'm still paying. That's almost over. That finishes in October, but that's still £35 a month until it's finished. So take off another 35. That's almost £100 gone straight away.
See, that's why I went with the company that I'm with now. I don't pay a contract for my phone at all. I buy my phone. I don't pay a contract at all for phones. I mean, I just pay £10 a month for what I need, and that's it. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing now, because the phone I have now I've just paid for outright, because the phone that I had on this contract originally just got so badly fucked that it was just unusable. I mean, the battery got that shit that it just kept turning itself off even after it was fully charged, and when he'd finally managed to get it turned back on again, it had no power left. It was just fucking terrible. But yeah, like, as soon as I finish paying the contract, as I said, it's up in October. That means I can then get, like, because my phone is completely unlocked, I can get like a SIM-only deal with any network. I could get like a really cheap pay-as-you-go deal where I just get the kind of minutes and text that I need, and I just pay like such a small amount a month.
Yeah.
That would be very useful. I need to load this game back up, don't I? There we go. But yeah, like as I was saying, so after those two things had gone out, then I had to pay for other sort of things, and I've still got I had to kind of balance buy an anniversary gift and a birthday present for my girlfriend, and trying to have enough money so we could actually go out and do some sort of things rather than just being stuck in all the time.
Yeah.
Which obviously, like, it's not really good for a relationship if you're just stuck in all the time. It's not really healthy if you just sat around in a room all day.
I suppose
It's not really doing anything.
you have to get out every now and again, but like with me and Meg, obviously she's a gamer too, so
Yeah, I mean,
sitting and watching films and playing on games together.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of different for you guys considering like you live together anyway, so you know you just stuck together a lot, like pretty much. Well, not stuck together, it's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. You're together fucking every night. Especially now that you're back from university, and you are now going to be commuting to the lectures that you do have. Like you're going to be together, like every night. So I suppose there's always going to be a lot of just sitting around and playing games for you guys. But even then, like you still go out when you can. Like you know, you went to the gigs and stuff. Yeah, but like, if you only see each other once a week, I mean, sometimes it's nice to just sit in and do nothing. But you know, you can't do that every week. You can't do that every time you see each other. You know, you have to keep it interesting. Otherwise, that's the quickest way to make it fizzle out, isn't it?
It's very true.
So, you know, yeah, I've got to kind of make sure I have enough money to do all things like that and get food. And it was just this month I couldn't do it. You need to add me into your wing. There we go. So, like, this month it just ended up that I just couldn't do it. And I only managed to be able to get like 2 weeks worth of food. So yeah, for the 2 weeks until I got paid, I had to sort of scrape by as I could and have meals like where I could. Like I had to visit my mum, and she'd feed me sometimes, and my girlfriend helped me out a little bit, but the fact that like she has things to pay for as well, like a car and all that kind of crap, and you know, the fact that I'm still paying her back for this computer that she got me, I kind of don't really want to take a lot from her.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's like you don't want to, like, you know, take the pee.
Yeah,
or let people think that you're taking the pee either. Yeah. Like, you know, even if you're not, like that thought at the back of your mind that people might think that you're taking the pee is even worse.
Yeah, and also like it's a factor of you don't want to come across as that you are weak and you can't sort of fend for yourself at all, which is another. I mean, I don't want to feel like people think that I'm just useless and can't fend for myself and look after myself properly. I mean, that's why I avoid trying to ask for help. Like, no matter how badly I was struggling for money and stuff, I wouldn't actually approach anybody in my life and actually ask to borrow some money. That's nothing. I wouldn't do that. I mean, the food that my girlfriend did get for me just to last me through, it took her insisting that she would go and get me something after she'd asked me and I'd refused and said I'd be fine, and you know, it took her insisting that she'd get me something, because like obviously she doesn't want to see me get like ill from not being able to eat and stuff.
Like I said, dude, ration, man, ration.
Yeah. I mean, you try and do that as much as you can, but when you've got really limited resources to begin with, it's kind of really difficult to do. But you know, you get there in the end. Like, kind of teaches you to live a lot more cheaply, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been in this situation before when I'd had that first operation on my knee. I had to be off for 6 months because of recovery time, and then for the remaining year and a half, I struggled to find a job again. And yeah, being on the dole in Britain is really shit. I mean, because of the house I was in, because it was the home that I used to live in with my kids and my ex-partner. It had the spare room. It had the spare room upstairs that obviously wasn't in use. So I got charged the bedroom tax. So
which isn't great.
Yeah, although I could get my rent paid for me, it wasn't like the full rent, because I'd get deductions because of that spare bedroom. And like, it's really stupid, because the benefits people, they say to you like, oh well, you should just rent that room out and get someone in to help pay the rent and stuff. But it's within the rent contract. It's within most rent contracts actually that, especially with housing associations, that you can't sublet. So if I were to actually do that, it would have been illegal for me to do so. And I would have got like fucked up the arse like really badly, and fined and possibly imprisonment and stuff if it went really like Pete Tong. So yeah, like being on the dole was fucking awful. And there's a lot of times then that I went without food, because you don't really get a lot from benefits, and no matter how much you struggle as just a single person, whether you be male or female, if you're just a single person with no children or anything like that, at least not ones that live with you, you just get zero help at all. You don't get anything apart from like the bare minimum.
Yeah, see, it's kind of the place that you don't want to be in, isn't it? Obviously now, like, you've found a little job that you got, and you're doing it okay for yourself. I wouldn't say like you're doing brilliantly, but you're just about getting by.
Yeah, I'm just about scraping it, I think.
Yeah. Like, it's not really enough of a wage. The other thing is that most places will only offer a part-time contract, which would be 20 hours a week. But
there's actually
some companies actually do 0-hour contracts, don't they? Which
that's what I was about to
getting
say.
rid of. But like, you can't get 2 jobs, or it's very, very difficult to get 2 jobs of 20 hours a week, which would bump you up to 40 hours, which most people would see as a full-time job.
Yeah. Well, you can.
Minimum wage anyway. It's like you're working a lot of the time and you're not making a lot of money doing it. Therefore, you don't really have time to spend the money that you're making anyway, and it still isn't a great deal of money. Plus, trespass warning. Trespass warning.
Yeah, but like,
it's plus the fact that once you've got that one job, you are going to find it very difficult to get a different job as well as that job.
Yeah, well, it's actually
like
quite...
the hours that you do, like all the hours that you're going to do are going to be okay. With the other company that you're working for as well, is going to conflict with each other. I'm stuck in this station.
That's not so much a big deal. It's actually quite easily manageable to get 2 jobs and run 2 jobs at a time, but the only trouble with that is you get taxed extra for having 2 jobs. I mean, I don't know why you would get taxed extra for the same kind of money that you'd basically be getting for doing 40 hours. I mean, for example, I did it when I first started working at I had 20 hours in one job and 20 hours at... Oh shit, I've just said... I'm going to have to cut that out, Dan.
Yeah, I'll cut that bit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start again. So yeah, when I first started working at the job I'm at now, I had another job too, and I was working 20 hours at my current one that I'm still at, and 20 hours at the other. And I was earning minimum wage from both. I was getting no extra bonuses. I was getting the same amount of money from both jobs, nothing extra. But for some reason, the tax law in Britain saw it fit to take more money from me for having 2 jobs than usually you would get taxed just having a 40-hour job. So like, I have friends that work at my current work that work for 40 hours, and they do have to pay tax, but they were paying a lot less tax than what I had to pay working 2 jobs totaling 40 hours and totaling the same kind of money that they were on, which I think is really quite ridiculous, really.
Yeah, that is completely ridiculous.
Yeah. So, I don't see the logic in it whatsoever. I mean, if I'm working 20 hours one place, 20 hours at another, so I'm doing 40 hours total, and earning still minimum wage from both, and still just earning the same amount of money that any normal person doing just one 40-hour job is doing, I don't see why I should have to get taxed extra for that.
Yeah,
and
if anything, you should probably get taxed less, because it's more effort to do 2 jobs than it is to do 1 for 40 hours.
No, I mean, I don't think less. I think at least on par with what people are working. I
suppose it depends what the 2 jobs are, but if you think about it, really, it's very difficult to get 2 jobs, because obviously the hours might conflict with each other, and most jobs that are part-time jobs, they want you to be flexible with your hours. So
I mean,
time of things, but then obviously you've got this other job, so it's like, oh, well, I can't do overtime because I've got this other job, and then they might get miffed off with you, and you might end up getting fired anyway because you're not doing any overtime. But really, all you're trying to do is live and work, have enough pay to survive and get by in life.
Yeah. Just a quick question as well. Is this multi-hop trading that we're doing actually any good? Because I've just sold all the stuff that we've just bought, and it came up at a loss. Yeah, I was at a loss at about 8,000 on credits.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we should be doing okay. I'm doing okay.
No, I just got a loss for that.
Oh.
Yeah. What do we need to buy now anyway?
I think we're gonna leave it there, to be honest, dude. We're at 12 o'clock and we've been recording for quite some time.
Oh shit, yeah, so we are. Bollocks.
Bollocks. Is that all you have to say?
Yeah, bollocks.
So if you liked this video, guys, make sure to hit like in that button below, get inside that button, and hit that subscribe button if you want to be a Bucketeer too.
How can we get inside the button then?
Well, there's this app, right, on your phone, and it's called Get Inside That. It doesn't actually exist, so please don't go looking for it. This is just a load of bollocks, right? But anyway, there's an app on your phone, right, and it's called Get Inside, and what you do is you click the button, and it teleports you inside your phone, and then you'll find a like button there. And it's like a big plushie, basically, with a hole in the back of it. And you can just climb inside there, and you could live in there all week.
I think you're talking about the shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you think Dan's talking a load of shit, definitely leave us a comment and tell him he's just a massive plank. Hashtag Dan's a plank.
Let's not make that a hashtag, eh? Let's not do that.
Follow us in the description, follow us on Twitter, and make that a hashtag, guys. Dan is a plank. We'll get that trending. That'll be a global viral tweet.
Sounds like fun.
That's what all the kids are doing nowadays, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, global viral tweets.
Yeah.
Or viral something or other, I don't know.
Yeah, sounds like they need some kind of topical ointment for it anyway. So, yeah, well, we'll see you in the next episode, guys.
See you later, guys.
Bye, Toodle.
Bye.